That's Karl.
This is Emma.
And this is Rittal unBoxed. Karl.
Yeah?
We're supposed to be filming.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm here.
Morning everyone, welcome to the podcast. So yeah, in this episode what we thought we'd do is give you a little bit of a tour of Canary Wharf.
Yeah.
It's a really great facility.
It is, and it's very unique actually, because in this building is a very prestigious building. We're the only people to have a showroom and actual products, you know, so we brought this all the way down here specifically for the IT industry and to show customers our product in person if they can't get up to the north.
Yeah, it's a great facility. Obviously, we also have facilities here as well in terms of holding meetings. You know, got a nice meeting room. Customers can use this. So let's take a sneak peek at what we've got.
Absolutely, let's take a look.
So I think this is a really good example of something we've got down at Canary Wharf. It's quite a big system, but actually I think to visualise for some of our customers to look at some of the containerised solutions that we offer in the IT sector, I think this is a really, really good example.
It is, it's a very useful tool to get a physical, touchy-feely approach of what these things actually look like when you purchase one and it lands in your facility. So as you can sort of see, it's replicating without the outer shell the containerised data centre rematrix solution that we offer. So as you can see, we've got all the racks here, but as well we've got, we're talking about, we're sort of representing the aisle containment, so separating this area off from this area, with the cooling here being demonstrated under floor as well. So you've got cold on this side and hot on the other, so you would get a circulation and things like that. So we can really demonstrate the features that we would offer in the final solution to everybody in a sort of demo form. And it's, otherwise it's hard. Obviously you can't just ship one of these things around the country, so having this situated in the heart of London, easy access from anywhere is, just really useful, and people, find this very useful. Yesterday, when we were at the show, DCW, customers, when we mentioned we had this here, first thing was, oh yeah, we're based in London, we want to come see it.
People, that's the thing, when it comes down to designs or engineers, it all looks good on paper. People physically want to touch it, they want to see it, they want to play around with it. I mean, the ability of this facility as well is, if people want to actually demonstrate product, there's nothing to stop us of doing that, whether it be kit we've already got here, potentially if we needed to ship something down, depending on size, we can do that as well. But to demo a lot of things, we've got a lot of the monitoring systems as well down here, for temperature, for access control. Being able to demo that to give customers an idea of actually how that works, I think is really, really useful. So yeah, I think this system's great to have. It's a big piece of kit to have in the heart of London, but it really, really works.
Right, so we've moved across here now. So Emma, what else have we got in store?
So this is one of the standard VXIT racks that we have down here at Canary Wharf. It's a great example of some of the access control systems that we've got, and then this the physical hardware as well. We can see on the front here, obviously we've got remote access if need be. That's from a security perspective. We've literally just been having a conversation about gaining access into the right cabinet, the right rack, the right people gaining access. Obviously, so we've got different types of access into these cabinets. The other nice features of this rack as well are, in IT, a lot of these side panels are horizontally split.
Yes.
Great idea, but unfortunately that can be quite cumbersome if you need to remove them. So if you want to gain access from the side into this panel rather than the front, it does mean taking one of these off. You need to then place that somewhere. Obviously, physically, they're quite large because these racks tend to be 1,000 to 1,200 mil deep. So if you've got to lift that off, you've then got to store that somewhere. A really nice new product that we've got is these vertically split side panels, and they're actually hinged. So unless you have access into the panel, you can't get access from the outside. We are literally just going to flip these.
Perfect, and then these just hinge open.
And that's your hinge side panel.
And then you're in to access your equipment from the side.
You've not had to lift anything off.
No.
You don't have to store it anywhere. And again, and the great thing with that is you can only access the side panels if you've got access
on the
to
inside.
the actual
so you
rack
have to have
itself.
access and permission to get inside the panel.
Which obviously, the horizontally split ones, there is actually a locking system on the outside, so you can gain access from here. Like I said, those are a little bit more secure, but I like the fact that it's physically split
and you just
and hinged.
Hands-free, aren't you?
And then literally you close that door and it activates the mechanism again here.
Perfect.
Yep, there, and on the bottom.
There we go.
and that's it. Side panels are done. So again, it's a really great system. In this one, we've got the CMC monitoring.
Yep.
Like I said, so this monitors, you can use that for remote access. We can use it for temperature control, obviously working alongside your products.
Correct, yeah.
It can be used for a whole host of different things.
It's very modular, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit like everything else we have, really. It's sort of like it's a sort of basic tool that you can then modify to suit your project needs, which is nice.
And you can, I think there's about 8 systems you can actually link up together as well, so you can daisy chain this as well, so you've got several racks obviously that's being monitored at the same time, so the CMC system is really, really good. We've also got the PDU systems in the back of this, but yeah, this is the standard VXIT cabinets that we're supplying now. Typically these are in stock, so we just have these off the shelf. Come pre-configured with your 19-inch angles as well, front and rear, or you can specify them different ways. But the great thing with this system as well is this is on the new configurator.
Okay.
So we have the IT configurators online now, so you can pull up standard product, you can specify what type of angles you want, what position that you want them in, what different accessories such as side panels like the ones we've just shown, all these types. So again, it's all online. Literally just go on there, pick from a basket of products of what you want in the configurator, and at the end, not only gives you costings, you get drawings, you can see what delivery times on these. So again, it's getting to a point, this stuff's really good. It's not just about product, it's about customers being able to order it easy.
And customising it to their needs as well completely.
Mostly using standard products, and that's the thing. You know, so to time well spent for the customers. One, being able to get this product quickly, which is what they want. Like I said, majority of this is in stock. Being able to order it quickly, you can order it online. If you use the either the online web shop or you use the configurator, giving you the lead times, giving you the pricing. You can do all that literally sat from home at 10 o'clock at night if you want to. Not that everybody wants to do that at 10 o'clock at night, but if you do, you know, not everybody works 9 to 5.
No, exactly.
So to be able to have that ability, ability to configure it, price it, and order it on the system, all from standard product, and this is what you're going to get. I think it's a great system to have.
It is, and customers really feel the value.
Yeah, absolutely.
So another big one, and maybe a bit of a variation off the standard data center clean area sort of thing, is this product, isn't it? And we're seeing a lot of development in this sector.
Yeah, and it's something we had an example of this on the stand actually at DCW.
Yeah.
More and more IT control monitor equipment is placed outside. It's just fight, you know. You look at everything's connected everywhere. We look at telecommunications, we look at signal on the railways, we look at overhead gantries for the motorway. It all holds some form of IT equipment.
Data, isn't it? It's data driven,
but obviously that IT equipment generally tends to run critical infrastructure, you know, signal on the railways, like we mentioned again. We also put a lot of this type of kit into airports, runways, for your radar and that type of thing. Air traffic control, yes. Like I said, it's managing critical infrastructure, so therefore we need to protect it. So putting it in a standard cabinet, it's just not enough. So this is where the outdoor cabinets come into this. It's the same principle as the VX in our industrial cabinets. It's the same principle as the VXITs that we have in IT. So it's all based around a frame.
It's all the framing, inside.
So we have the frame, and then what we do, we clad to the outside 2 layers. So we put 2 skins on there. And the reason for that is, one, UV solar gain. It helps us, obviously, when it's sat outdoor rather than it absorbing the full sunlight and heat. What actually happens is some of it passes through the first skin, and then you get a chimney effect, so you'll actually get some of the heat that passes through that and exhausts out the top, and then a minimal amount will pass through to the internals of the cabinet. So again, it's something about controlling some of that, you know, that heat that's coming through. It also helps condensation, because we get condensation passing between the 2 layers rather than on the inner layer. And it also helps as well from a security perspective. Obviously, somebody's always going to want to try and gain access through curiosity or theft. The nice thing is, once they start peeling that first layer away, if they actually manage to do that, they've then got a second layer to go at. And typically by that point, people are either disturbed or they've simply got bored. So the double skin actually is great from many different reasons. But again, because this cabinet's based like our other floor standing cabinets, it's bayable. So we can put that outside.
That's the beauty, isn't it?
Absolutely. We can do different things to it. If you need to add another system on, put another system on. Absolutely no problem whatsoever.
Expandable, isn't it?
And again, because the internals are like our other enclosures, we can put 19-inch angles in there.
Yep.
So it could be for IT equipment. If you want a mounting plate in there, if it's control and automation, no problem as well. In this one, we've got shelving in there, so battery storage.
Yes.
That's a great, obviously that's a solution at the moment that's just becoming more and more and more prevalent.
Absolutely.
So we can do battery storage options. So again, the frame concept of our enclosures is, for me, it's such a simple design, but it's so clever. You have a frame, you can pretty much do what you want to it. You want 19-inch in there, you want mounting plates in there, you want shelving in there. You can put all of that in there. If you want part 19-inch and a mounting plate and shelving, that's fine. As long as you've picked the right size cabinet, you can do all that.
Yeah.
So it's really, really clever. And again, this is just showing an example of a configuration that we've got. So obviously we've got 19-inch in there, we've got shelving in there, but on this one we've also got an extra section on here, but we've got a door on the side as well. Because of the frame system, it effectively means we can put doors, side panels in whichever configuration we want to do it in. It's endless.
So flexible, isn't it? It's like
so
like we've said with the other things, it's just a case of you customising it to suit your specific needs. And
I think some people forget as well that for instance, if you've done this configuration and actually that's not working, you don't have to replace the cabinet. Just change the internals. None of this is a permanent fixture.
No, because it's on that external frame, isn't it? So you can just move it around, customise it.
Absolutely. But like I said, we're seeing more and more of these being used in outdoor applications. Critical infrastructure, it's just the nature of the way that we're moving. You know, like I say, you're looking at things like 5G rollout. If you look at a 5G mast, outside there are numerous outdoor enclosures.
Correct, yeah.
I say we're seeing more and more on the railways. You drive up and down every motorway, they're everywhere.
More and more of this, isn't there?
Like I said, so that's what these can be used for. So they are a great system to be used. But obviously, we also have the ability of putting climate control on there. Obviously, although we have that double skin for UV solar gain, we still need to consider climate control, whether in terms of it being too hot or being too cold. And I think that's something people forget as well, in terms of it not just about taking heat away. Sometimes we need to put heat in.
No, you're totally right. But like you say, the solar gain obviously is there to sort of reflect, if you like, and not absorb the sun's rays, because that's adding on top of the heat generated by all the equipment that you've got packed inside one of these things. So like you said, then once we've done the sort of solar gain and realised, you know, again, if it's going abroad, if it's going to somewhere a bit warmer than the UK and it's going to be sun beating down, that can mitigate that. But then we need to take that extra absorption of heat into the cabinet and then do a calculation for the climate control. But the good thing is, as you can sort of see here, we've got active climate control on here. So this is an actual cooling unit, you know, much like we use in industry, etc. But the great thing is, again, this is a modular system. So the cutout that we have on here, which is designed for this double skin, the great thing is, if you don't need active climate control like a cooling unit, the same frame and the same cutout can be used, and you can put fans and filters in there, but you can still have the protective grille on the outside to give it the same level of security protection that you need to prevent vandalism and all those sorts of things.
I suppose the nice thing, like you just mentioned about having that frame there, means that even if you put fans and filters on and actually find at a later date you need to upgrade that cooling, you're then prepared.
Correct.
You're future-proof, ready. Actually, if you need to put something a bit more substantial, if you need to put active cooling on.
It's like what you just said, really. It's like if later on, if you wanted to expand, you just take it out, jiggle it about, and put something else in there. And it's very much a similar sort of idea with the cooling. So you know, that flexibility and modularity it's not just words. It truly is the way this whole system has been designed.
Yeah, I think it's such an underrated product at times. It's I think it's something people don't consider. If I'm perfectly honest.
Outside gets forgotten about all the time.
But actually it needs way more protection than something that's sitting indoors more often than not. And again, we've talked about remote monitoring access control. We can do all that in this cabinet, absolutely. In terms of remote access for the locking systems, we can do monitoring inside for the temperature.
Oh yeah.
We can do all that as well.
All that can be taken into here, and the beauty is this panel, you know, it's designed to take rain or shine, sleet or snow, across the world. So it's just taking the IT from its safe, comfortable data center and putting it somewhere a bit more harsh, which again is a great speciality of Rittal, because we've got that industrial side to our business and the IT. We put them together, the two expertises together, and we can put them in places they shouldn't really go in the past, but now it's possible.
Yeah, no, it's a great system.
So hopefully you enjoyed this little sneak peek of Canary Wharf, our little virtual tour, and you see what sort of toys and goodies you could come see. If you want to see them in real life, speak to the local Rittal representative that you deal with, and you know, you're more than happy to come down here, hold meetings, see the product in person and go through it in a little bit more detail. But hopefully this has just grabbed your interest. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this episode. If you've got any questions, you can send us an email at the email address below, and follow us on all the socials, like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you at the next episode.
See you soon.
See you soon.
It didn't open.
Hello.
Hello.
Help.
Can you let us out? Is there anybody in there?
Have
you press that button again?
No, it's not working. I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to be here all week.
I'm going to miss my train.